Hey folks, welcome back to Bama Performance and Vintage Sauce. You're back with your host Nick, and tonight you can see what this right here. We just going to do some vacuum testing on my Pioneer P50. It developed an air leak probably a year ago, and I ain't really fooled with it. To be honest with you, be completely honest with you. I just haven't messed with it, so we're gonna see where she's leaking at. On the last video, y'all saw, I think of this one. I think I put it on video. I'll bring y'all in. I think we resealed the intake block. And I fired it up, still had air leak, so we gotta keep searching. If y'all looking for the part number for this, hold on, if I can get it off. It's got a really good seal. It was 476, 463. That's the part number for this little cover. We'll set you over there for now. I don't need you. Let's take our boot off. That's how we're gonna test this for test it for leaks. I'll use a vacuum tester. I got it out, might as well use it. I think this one's a tough rubber on this one. It can be a little bit of a pain to get off. There we go. Yeah, we resealed up the intake block, but she still got an air leak somewhere. So let's pull this fuel line off. Let's see. Let's say those are corks, but I could be wrong. It could be my small BU. Yeah, I think it was Torx. Ended up being. At least that's what we used on it last. It was a little bitty old bugger. Let me see if I can find it. There's that fella right there. Nope. That's my big one. Maybe you fit. Nope. Like that. I ain't gonna have my screwdriver up here that I need. Nope. Maybe this fella right here. That's money. Yep. There we go. This side off. And no, that top cover filter is not stock to the P50. I picked it up a while back and I was wanting to put it on this saw. And it developed an air leak before that. I don't know what that is. But it picked up air leak before that, and I just set it on here, and I ain't fooled with it since. I mean, I may be like, what in the world, why would you do that? Well, just how the cookie crumbled. Pull that fell off. Now here's the fun part, pulling this choke and whatnot off. Choke can be a pain in the butt sometimes. There we go. Come on. A little bit more. There we go. So it can be a pain sometimes. Pull a carb linkage off. Pull a gasket off. It should just be, yeah, it was greased. Let me grab my, I think I left it on my other saw. I did. My block off plate. There it is. Set that down in it for now. I have to come back to our 266 project. I need a different intake block for it, but it should work for this one. There we go. Put it in, block off plate on. Gonna be tight for threads, so these bolts ain't very long. Work just perfect for that other setup with the gasket. So it'll be curious to see if we can get it tightened up halfway decent. Give me that back to me. There we go. should be tight. Alright, let's go over here. I'll pull this clutch cover off. We may end up having to pull the clutch off and all that good jazz. Let me go ahead and pull it off. God, so sorry. I'm trying to get better about showing it a little bit better. It's just easy to pull the muffler off. You got the clutch cover off. There we go. Should have 2 washers on it. Come on. There we go. Yep. Previous owner put them washers on. It's really saved this cover from getting tore up. These P50s do have the small clutch, so you do have to check for that. Alright, now you are going to be, I think, that guy. Yep. Grab my little socket. That's a great thing about these Pioneers, from the P40 all the way up to the P60 or 405s to 655s. They're the same basic design. So I'll bring it a little bit further down. They're the same basic design. So if you work on one of the smaller ones, big ones ain't no different. That's the great thing about them. Seriously. That's one reason I really enjoy them, because they're just so easy to work on. You work on one and you about worked on them all. They great about just changing up engine sizes, making the saw just a little bit bigger. There we go. Gasket still stuck on here. I know it's not. No gasket. I'll have to fix that, and I've got one, so good thing we did that. Too crusty. See how she actually looks down in there. Guess my headlamp decided to shut off. Oh, come on. Don't like to get close. Still looks good off in there. Rings look to be free. Alright. Should just need a block off plate. That smaller one. I think it was this one actually. It's on there. And it does like a glove. I said because I made one for a P40. Actually a farm saw. That's what I made it for. But it worked just fine for this one. When I say that farm saw was trouble, ooh, it was trouble. Alright, let's run her on down. Now all we gotta worry about is putting our adapter in for a spark plug. And we'll be able to test and see what we got working. Run this guy down. That's pretty tight. Pretty tight. Pull the spark plug out. Should be 19 right there. Yep. There she goes. can see she ran lean. Let's put our 8 adapter in here. Let's figure out where she's leaking. Should do it. Find my tester. If it's big enough leak in it, you'll hear it. So let's see what we got. It's just an Amazon tester. If y'all want me to find it for you or put a link to it, I can. But yeah, she's leaking. But she is able to build some pressure, which is a good sign. Means it ain't a humongous leak, but a leak nonetheless. So let's start spraying around. Always start around my carb. Now go to the exhaust. I'll say that. She's holding pressure. Why was it still? What's it called? It's holding pressure now. Yeah, it's holding great pressure. Heck, it ain't even moved. Huh. Let's see if it'll hold a vacuum. Could just did all this for nothing. Maybe I didn't fire it up. I thought I did. Could have swore I did. Alright, put it at 10 pounds. Give it a little while and see what she does. Set it up there. We'll give it a minute or two. I could have swore I fired it up. Maybe it was the P50 I fired up. It's been so long ago. Truly is. It's been quite some time. Like I said, it could have been that P40 I fired up. It's still holding. Or I could have a bad intake gasket on the between the carb and the intake block. Cause right now she's holding. Maybe that's all it was. She's holding great right now, actually. Huh? Got me stumped. Ain't hard to do, but that shocked me. I'd love to hear what y'all think. I've got a Pull-In Pro 455 boost port cylinder I could put on this saw. This one's in pretty decent shape. Compression ain't phenomenal, but it's in good shape. It's not bad. Honestly, I ain't ever done nothing to the saw besides the intake block, fuel lines, and cleaned the carb a bunch of times. Other than that, I ain't never done nothing to it. Needs a muffler bolt, I can tell you that much, but other than that, that's about all I could tell you. So I truly ain't done all that much to it. I'm gonna go with it. Either I didn't fire it up last time, or it well, this intake gasket's bad. It could be. It's pretty old. See if I can find me another one. But it's holding the vacuum perfect now. It ain't dropped a lick. It's been 2 minutes. Give it just a little bit more, and heck, if that's the case, then I need to find a longer bolt for going right here to put on the bottom of this, what's it called, and then a nut for the actual filter, and this one will be ready to go. Yeah, it hasn't dropped an absolute lick. Huh. Sometimes I guess we get lucky, or forgetful, one or the other, but it's holding pressure fine. It's better than I thought. That's it. I could have swore we fired it up and it still had air leak, but who knows? I've fired up some, haven't fired up others after I fixed them. Need to get in the habit of doing that again, but yeah, she's holding perfect pressure now. It ain't, seriously, it has not dropped a freaking lick. It's still sitting there. Sitting holding 10 pounds of vacuum. And it's been, what, going on 3 minutes now? If anything, it just would be very, very, very slow of a leak. So, I'm gonna say it's okay. Yeah, it ain't dropped a smidge. Exactly where I put it. We're going on 4 minutes, so I'm gonna say it's fine. So let's put some pressure back in it, pull this sucker off. We're gonna put it back together. I'll change out the intake gasket. I got one right here. Should be fine for it. It's in good shape. A little dirty, but that ain't gonna hurt nothing. Put that side there. Actually, I don't know. It could be leaking because of that right there. If I could put it like so, it shouldn't. No, we'll grab another one. I got some somewheres. Somewheres in here. I got some more of them. I could take this and reckon it ain't in bad shape. See that it ain't great shape neither. Alright, we'll probably run with this one. It should be fine. Oh well, I guess my light started to work. So let's pull it back off and I guess we'll stick it back together. Now I'll take this screw up to a hardware store tomorrow and find us one for that. And I gotta find whatever size nuts for our top, which I don't think I got any small nuts around here, only the bigger ones. Go. Take our block off plate, put it back up there. Grab this fella. I guess we need to put our choke throttle back on. Let's put our throttle, choke. So you're right there. Yeah, it was. And this little bugger. Nope, wrong one. That little bugger. This little bugger. And get it started. Come on. There we go. Alright. Now, that's when you need to throw this guy in. Which I actually made these bolts to fit this little guy. I forget where I got them from. But they work. Set. I doubt that ain't gonna do nothing to it. I'll slide this one back on it. If it does give us air leak, then that's where we know we have it at, is right here. So at least we'll know that going forward. We'll go. Get her off into place. See, I don't know why Husqvarna didn't put like a little divot down here and there, 266 or 2 series to help get to that little bottom bolt. That would have helped a ton. There you go. Tighten this one up. There we go. line back on, which I think it's got a rip right there actually. No. It could lop off a little bit of it, it's a little long. Go ahead and do that. Have a fresh piece to put on here. Come on. Oh man, got how hard it is to work this line down. It's a little tight for this barb. There we go. That should do it. That should be plenty good. Choke seal works. That's good. Oh, we gotta pull out this little screw and get one that's probably an inch longer before I forget about it. Hold your trigger assembly in, so may want to put something to hold it. Come on, still ain't done. Alright, now I know it's done. Come on. You'll come on out of there. There we go. Gonna leave it sitting like that. So we'll have to get one of them. We don't want the trigger and whatnot to fall out. She's got full tilt, so that's a good sign. Let's pull this muffler back off. I got a muffler gasket I'll put in it. And we may have this joker better work. Maybe it was that easy. Maybe sealing the intake block and maybe that was it. They sure enough had a leak. Let me tell you, it leaked bad. For those wondering about the McCulloch SP105, I've got a new boot coming for it, new rear AV mount. I'll replace the impulse line, gas line, that stuff, and we'll fire it up. See, well, first we'll pressure test it after we get the intake and everything back on, and then we will go from there. We'll see if it needs crank seals or whatnot. But I said that thing doesn't look to have been rode too hard, so it may be fine. It may need seals, who knows. Alright, pull this guy off. Trying to remember where I put that gasket. I want to say it's actually up in here. That's it right there. I do believe is a exhaust gasket resaws. Bingo. I got a base gasket for whenever I need it. Whenever I need it. That sucker should fit right there. And it does. Let's throw her back on. Fits like a glove. Fits like a glove. Oop. It's a good thing I done cleaned up around here. I can actually find what I'm looking for. Put that fella back on there with a fresh exhaust gasket. I can't believe that. And actually, it's holding up. So sometimes you make a goof. Most folks won't show you if they made a goof, but hey, I don't mind it. I'm going to spend time filming it. Even if I make a goof, it's worth it. It's worth showing. There we go. I can just do that with it. There she goes. There she goes. I said, well, get a longer one of these. I think it needs to be about an inch longer. To at least an inch. Yeah. Go in this fella. Go all the way down there. And we got a bolt for up front. It just ain't captured. And we'll have to get what size you are. You're not 9/16. That big. Wherever you are, but not a lock nut. Got the right size, but this one's a lock nut, so that won't help us none. But that is the size for it. I wonder what size. Let me see, I got my tap set here. I can find out what size that is so I know what I need. Feeling gonna be you. Nope. Coarse thread. Not quite you. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera, y'all. Just a little bit easier. But if it ain't that one. It's 5/16 coarse thread. 5/16 20. Time to pick one of them nuts tomorrow. Let me check one more spot. May have one. Got some. These are just leftover bolts, nuts, whatnot. No, I ain't seeing a 5/16 in there. This ain't you. That may actually fit. Let's see. I think you're gonna be too big. Yep. But so this fella right there. And get my fingers down in here to it. There we go. Yep. Say that. Maybe metric. I think it's going to end up being a metric thread. It's close, but not quite. It'll thread on that tight a little bit, but that's it. Let's see. Don't want to force it. Yeah. Too much like forcing it. Let's trying to cut another thread. So yeah, it's gonna end up being some metric. Something metric. But that should do it. We'll get this sucker back rolling real quick. If that's the case, all we gotta put on is this. We'll get her back rolling. Put her back in some wood. Darn fine saw when it was running. I said it cut very, very well. That ain't no joke. And I will get it back going. We'll run it with our 100cc that's sitting over here. That won't be too bad. I think I'm about to get out of here for the night. It's getting late, real late. Probably 12, 1 o'clock now. Somewhere in there. 12:30, 1 o'clock. So, I'm gonna put this old sparkulator back in. Then we'll be back on this one. I said, let me get a nut for that. Preferably like a wing nut, honestly. I prefer like wing nut. That way you can service it in the field. Swap out my socket. Oh, if I can grab the right one, it's right there. And we'll get this joker back rolling. Been a long time coming. I ain't used this sucker over a year. But got my screw. Know about what size nut I need, and I'm probably gonna go Google up, see what I can find, and that's it. I mean, it held pressure. Like I said, the compression ain't great on it, but I think it can come back up. If need to, we can always pull the ring or pull the cylinder, put a set of rings in it, or put that other cylinder on it. It's been sitting for probably about a year as well. I got it and this about the same time, so I got an air leak, so that's just my laziness on that part. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. Like I said, I thought I still had a leak. I guess it didn't. That's a good thing. Means less work I gotta do. That means I may hop on something else while I'm out here tonight, but it's getting late. I ain't gonna do it. I'm about to go inside, probably work on a video for a little bit, then go get some sleep and go to work tomorrow. So I appreciate y'all watching. If you like what you saw and want to see more, hit that subscribe button. If you don't mind, hit that like button. And God bless you. Just want to let y'all know Jesus loves you. It don't matter where you are, what you're doing, He's always there for you and He loves you. Sorry I ain't never said that before in my videos. I'm a God-fearing man, always have been. And it came on my heart that I need to tell folks more that Jesus loves them. So if it reaches you, just know He does. And I hope y'all have a great rest of the evening. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks, y'all. Bye.